Hi, I'm John, the Twisted Cuber. Another hot day here today, so I have the AC on, so my apologies about the noise. Today I'm going to show you how to solve the Super Megaminx. Before we get started, I hope you hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons. Let's begin. The Super Megaminx is similar to the 3x3 picture cube and 3x3 super cube. There are some minor differences in terms of how you do this, however, the goal remains the same, which is to make sure that all of the centers are correctly oriented. You should know how to solve a Megaminx before trying to solve this puzzle. If you don't know how to solve it, I've placed a link to my tutorial on it in the description below. Okay, let's scramble this up. Alright, the puzzle is now scrambled. I'll be going over the solve, but not in depth. My focus is going to be on showing you how to fix the centers within the context of the solve. All the algorithms will be shown on the screen as I go. We'll be starting with a white layer. The first thing we'll be doing is correctly orienting the white center in relation to the centers below. The large colors that are on these stickers is the color of the face. The thin colors here are the colors that have to be oriented correctly in relation to their adjacent centers. So I'm going to pick a color, and I'm going to pick yellow. So what we're going to do is find the yellow center. We're then going to rotate the white face. So this yellow is matching up with this yellow here. And by doing that, you have now oriented all of the colors in relation to the centers below. So that part is now done in terms of this face. Now what we're going to be doing is finding the centers, or I'm sorry, the edges for the white layer. And I'm going to start with white and purple. And what you're going to want is you're going to want the larger color matching its corresponding center. So that's matched up, bring it up, and the center has now been placed. Let's find our next edge. I'm sorry, I'm saying centers instead of edges. My apologies on that. We have the white and red edge. Going to bring that up. That's now matched up with the red center, and the white and red edge is now in its proper location. Okay, let's find another one with white and green that we just have to bring over like so. Get that out of the way. Bring it back up like that, and then bring that up, and we now have 3 of our edges solved. Let's find our next one. And we have white and blue. Just finding where blue is. And that's now matching. Bring that up. And now we have 4 of the 5 edges solved. And let's see, we are looking for white and yellow. Let's see where that is currently hiding. That is yellow and purple. We don't want that. And it's right there. Just trying to find where yellow is. There's yellow. Match up with its center. Bring that up. And we have all of the edges solved. Next, we're going to be orienting these centers, which we did not do because we had to get the edges built first. So the edges are now solved, so now we are going to match the edges up with the centers, and then that will be oriented correctly in relation to the white center up there. So what we're going to do is put this in front of you, and we're going to bring this down like so. Basically an F2. Move this out of the way with a D move. Find the white line, bring that over so it is matching the location of where that edge was. Bring the edge back with a D prime. Bring this up like so. And the center is now aligned with the white and green edge, and is properly oriented with the white center. And now we're going to do the red one. It's going to be the same thing. Bring that down like so. So it is down here. Get this out of the way with a D move. Line this up like so. So it's in place. It will line up with this one here when you do the D prime like so. And you then bring that up and that one is now lined up correctly. Okay, now we're going to do the blue. And that's going to be the same thing. We bring that down. Get this out of the way with a D move. Bring that over. So this is now going to line up. That's now matched up with the edge. Bring that over, like so. And this one is now correctly oriented. And let's see, we have one more left. I'm just confirming. Yep, so we just have the yellow left. So we're going to bring that, same thing, bring that down. Get this out of the way with a D move. Line up this thin white line here. Bring this piece back with a D prime. And bring this back up. And this one's now done. And these centers are now correctly oriented with the white center. Now again, you do this after you've done the edges. I did not mention that initially, but you want to have these edges solved before you attempt to do it. Otherwise, you're just going to have to redo it all over again. Okay, now we're going to do the corners. And let's see, just trying to find my, I don't have to knock out of the way. We have white, yellow, and blue. Seeing where yellow is right there. Let's get that white, yellow, blue. Okay, so right there. And we'll be placing that. Nope, I take that back. That's pink. I thought that was white. Okay. Just going to use this one then. Get that out of the way. And that is white, green, and red. And that's in correct position to be placed. And we'll use this algorithm, our usual corner rotation algorithm. R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D. Excuse me. These pieces turn very easily in this puzzle. Sometimes they turn a little too easily. Okay, so we would have white, yellow, and purple. And that's now in position to be placed, and repeat the algorithm. R prime, D prime, R, D. And that's been placed. And this one is, let's see this, white, purple, and green. Let's just get that out of there. And now that's in position to be placed, and repeat the algorithm. R prime, D prime, R, D, 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 R prime, D prime, R, D. And that corner's been placed. We have 3 done, 2 to go, and let's look for where those are. I have white, red, and blue here. And that's in its correct position to be placed, and repeat the algorithm. R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, oops, 1 second. Where'd you hide? D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D. 4 down, 1 to go. Find the last one, which is going to be white, blue, and yellow. That's right there. And that's now below where it needs to go. Repeat the algorithm. R prime, D prime, R, D. And as you can see, first layer is now solved. You may have an instance where when you've done your first layer, you have forgotten to fix the centers before you solve the corners. So this is going to be basically the same method as you used when you were doing it with just the edge. So I'm just going to be bringing this down, with the F2. However, instead of doing the D, because if you just do the D, when you rotate, you're going to knock this corner out. You're going to be doing a D2, like so. Then you rotate the center like so. Bring this back with the D2 prime. That now lines that up. Bring that back. And this has now been fixed. Now let's just take a look. This one's good. This one's good. This one's not good. And this one's good. So let's go back to this one. And again, just bring this back down. Do a D2 move so this way these corners are cleared. Bring this down so the thin white line matches. Bring this back over this way so this is now back where it belongs. Bring this up. And it's now correctly oriented with the white center. Now we'll solve the second layer edges. Turn the puzzle over. So this way the gray center is on top. And this is going to solve the same as a normal Megaminx. So let's start looking for some edges to put in. We have blue and yellow. So let's get this in position to be placed. And that's going to go down here, so it's going to be going to the right. U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, F. And that edge has been placed. And let's see, we have green and purple. And we'll move that over into position. That's going to go there. And that one's going to go to the left. U prime, L prime, U, L, U, F, U prime, F prime. And that edge has been placed. We have blue and red. So I'm going to move that into position. Just trying to get that in position to be placed. Nope, that's going down too far. There we go. All right. And that's going to be going to the right. Yes, to the right. U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, F, and that one's now in place. Now let's see, we have around here, nope, we have red and green, perfect. So let's see, it's going to go there. Okay, now it's going to go to the right. U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, F. Now it's in place. Let's see, we need purple and yellow. Let's see what that's currently hiding. Opposite direction here. And that's right there. Okay. Just gotta locate where that's in relation. And there we go, and that's going to go to the left. U prime, L prime, U, L, U, F, U prime, F prime. And that's now in place. And let's just take a quick look here. And all of the second layer edges are now solved. Next, we're going to be orienting all of the remaining centers except for the gray one here. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be matching up the thin colors in relation to the centers below them. So in this case here, we're starting with tan, and we have to match up the red and the green. So we're just simply going to rotate it like so. And the red is lined up with this red, this green is lined up with this green. So this center is now correctly oriented. Now we're going to do with the light blue here. And the ones below here is going to be green and purple. We have the green and purple here. rotate the face so this is here and this is here, and this is now correctly oriented. Next we have orange, and you have to line it up with the purple and yellow. So you have the purple and yellow here, so rotate this over, and this is now lined up with purple, that's now lined up with yellow, and this center is now correctly oriented. Now we have light green, and that's going to be needing to be lined up with yellow and blue, and yellow and blue is here, so we rotate this, and that's now matching that, that's now matching that, and the center is now correctly oriented. And let's see, finally we have pink, and that has to be matched up with blue and red. Blue and red are here, so I'll just rotate that down like this. You have the blue here matching up, you have the red there matching up, and this center is now correctly oriented. Okay, now we're going to be placing the valley corners, and this will be a little different than what we normally do with this. So let's find a corner to start with, and I'm going to do light green, yellow, and blue. Bring this over to light green. Now normally we'd have it lined up and we just simply bring it down, but as you notice when you do that, these get knocked out of alignment. So you need to bring this back. Now again, we have it so it matches up here, so that's fine. What we're going to do is move this piece out of the way, bring this up with an F2 move, bring this piece back, bring this back down, and this is now matching up correctly here. This is still matched up with the yellow, and this is still matched up with the blue. And that one is all set. So let's find another one here. And we have pink, red, and blue, which is right here. So what we're going to be doing here is just bring this up, get that out of the way, and then bring this back down. So this way, these aren't being impacted. And we bring this piece back, and again we need to match it up with the pink. Center right here, as so, or like so. Get this out of the way, and again bring this up, like so, with the F2 move. Bring this over, bring this back down, and this piece is now in place, and these have not been impacted. Now if you have it on this side here, you're simply going to be moving, instead of moving the piece this way like you did when it was here, you're going to be moving it that way. Okay, let's try to find another piece here. We have tan, red, and green, which again is down below, so we're just going to get that out of the way, or move it up here, sorry, get that out of the way, and then bring it back. Make sure these are correctly oriented, they are. Bring this back, and as you can see here, the tan is on top, so we're going to be using our rotating algorithm to get this onto either this side or this side. R, U2, R prime. And this is now matching here, and we're going to get this out of the way, move this up with an F2, bring this piece back, bring it back down with an F2 prime move. This piece is now in place, and these are unimpacted. So let's see what else we have here. We have orange, light blue, and purple. That's not going to work. That's not going to work either. Just need to find another one here. And we have light blue, green, and purple. That should work. So again, going to bring that up, get that out of the way, bring that down, and just make sure that one's still good. Yep, purple there, yellow there, excellent. Okay, let's bring this over to the light blue face, like so. And again, as you can see, it's on the top, so we're going to bring that to the right and rotate that. R, U2, R prime. And that is ready to go. So we get this out of the way, bring this face up with an F2, bring that back, and put that in the position. And this piece is correct, and the green is there, the purple is there, so that has not been impacted. Okay. Next we have orange, purple, and yellow. Let's see whether that is hiding at the moment. Let's see. Purple, orange, and yellow. Let's find out. And that's right there. So same thing, bring that up, get it out of the way, bring that down. Bring this over to the orange face. And again, it's on top, so we'll be doing that algorithm. R, U2, R prime. That's now correctly matching with the orange. Move that out of the way. Bring this side up with an F2. Bring that piece back. Bring this down. That piece is now matched up. Purple still matched up, and the yellow still matched up, so that's all set. And let's do a quick check here. This one's good, this one's good, this one's good, this one's good, and this one's good. So all the valley corners are now solved. The rest of the layer will solve as it would with a normal Megaminx. We'll now continue with the third layer edges. And let's see what we have here. We have orange and yellow. Just going to bring this over. So, and let's see, this is going to go to the left, so don't have to flip anything, so we're just going to simply do our normal setup move, and that's going to be going to the right. U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, F, do an additional F to undo the setup move, and edge has now been placed. And next we're going to do red and pink. And we're going to have to flip that. So we do that with our normal algorithm, which is R, U, R prime, rotate the puzzle, L prime, U prime, L. That's now been flipped so it can be used. That's going to be going to the right, so we're going to be doing our usual setup move. And that's going to be going to the right. U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, F, do another F move to undo the setup move, and that edge has been placed. And let's see, we have light blue and green, but we're going to have to flip it. So do our usual flipping algorithm. R, U, R prime, rotate the puzzle, L prime, U prime, L. That's now been flipped. That's going to be going to the left, so do our setup move, and then do the regular edge turning algorithm, put it in place. U prime, L prime, U, L, U, F, U prime, F prime. Do one more F prime to undo the setup move, and that piece is now in place. Excuse me. Now we have orange and purple. Bring that over. That's going to be going to the left. That doesn't need to be flipped, so just do our regular setup move, and then bring that to the left. U prime, L prime, U, L, U, F, U prime, F prime, do another F prime to undo the setup move, and that piece has now been placed. And let's see what else we may have here. We have light green blue. That's going to need to be flipped. Where are you going? Right there. Okay, so we'll flip that. R, U, R prime. Hold on. There we go. L prime, U prime, L. That's been flipped. Bring that over. And that's going to be going to the right. So do our regular setup move. And do the regular edge turning algorithm. U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, F. Do another F move to undo that setup move, and that has been placed. Okay, this is what else we have. And we have pink and blue, and that's all ready to go, so we just simply do our setup move. And that's good, so now we just simply bring it to the left. U prime, L prime, U, L, U, F, U prime, F prime, another F prime move to undo the setup move, and that piece has been placed. So let's see what we have still up here. We have orange, light green, that will not help us, that will not help us. We have to start looking into the fourth and third layers. So we have this one right here, so just bring that up into R, U, R prime. And now we'll need to be flipped, so let's just get it over where it needs to go. And do our flipping algorithms. R, it's actually R, U prime, R prime, L prime, U prime, L. Bring that over, and that is going to go, see where it's going to the right. Do our setup move, and do our putting it into place. U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, hold on, U, sure I'm getting this right, F, do another F move to undo this setup move, and that piece has now been placed. Okay, so let's look around, see if anything has popped in that we can use, and that is a no. So we have to now start looking further into the layers on that. Let's take a look around. That's no. That is definitely one we're going to need. I'm hoping we can get that piece out of there easier. So we have the light green yellow, so just going to bring that up. And what I'm going to do is a little trick. Normally I bring it up that way, but we're going to bring it up this way. So this way, when we bring it up, this will be where it needs to be, and don't have to flip it. So it's just simply going to be L prime, U prime, L. And then we'll just bring that over. It's already flipped, so we don't have to worry about that. It's going to go there. So we're going to do our setup move. And then we're going to bring it to the left. U prime, L prime, U, L, U, F, U prime, F prime, do another F prime to undo the setup, and that is now in place. So let's see if we got anything. We got the tan and red. So got that there, and that's all ready to go, so we just have to do the setup move. And as I'm noticing here, this one is flipped, so we'll deal with that in a couple of moments. So let's do the setup move. So that's ready to go, and that is going to go to the left. U prime, L prime, U, L, U, F, U prime, F prime, do another F prime move to undo the setup, and that piece has now been placed. So what we're going to do here is, there's a couple ways to do this. I'm just going to put a piece in there, so this way I don't have to worry about that. So just going to do our normal setup move as if I was putting the correct piece in. We're going to do our right edge turning algorithm. U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, F, undo that setup move, and we now have our piece out of there, and I can now place that, and that's now where it needs to go, just making sure all the pieces are lined up here, and do my setup move, and that's going to be going to the right. U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, F, undo the setup move, and that is now in place. I'm just going to do a quick check. These are good, these are good, these are good, and just double checking. These are good, and these are good. So the third layer edges are now solved. So next what we're going to do is we're going to do the peak corners here. And let's see what we have on top. We have tan, pink, and red. So that's going to go here, and I'll be performing this algorithm. R, U, R prime, U prime, 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 R, U, R prime, U prime. And that's all set. let's find our next one here. I've got light blue, red and purple. Sorry, that is light blue, orange, and purple. My apologies. And that's above where it needs to go. R, U, R prime, U prime. Okay. What do we have next? We have light green, orange, and yellow. That's going to go down here. R, U, R prime, U prime, 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 R, U, R prime, U prime. Okay, let's see what else we have. And I think we have a couple we just need to knock out. Nope, here we go. Pink, light green, and blue. Here we go. R, excuse me, U, R prime, U prime, R, 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 U, R prime, U prime. Okay, I'm just going to take a quick look, see if we have any left. We have this one here. It's already where it needs to go, just needs to be rotated. R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime. And just finish our check here. And the third layer is now solved. Next, we will solve the fourth layer edges. These will also solve the same way as they do on a normal Megaminx. Take a look around, see what we have. We have pink and tan. And that's going to be going to the left. Making sure I got the right one. Nope, I'm wrong. It's going to the right. U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, F. And that edge has now been placed. Let's take a look around, see what we have. We have tan and blue. That's going to the left. U prime, L prime, U, L, U, F, U prime, F prime. And that edge has been placed. Let's see what else we have. This one here is flipped, so I'm just going to take that out and put it back in. U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, F. That's now been taken out. Now we'll put it back in correctly. U, excuse me, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, F. And that one's now been placed. Okay. So that one's good. That one's also flipped, so we'll fix that one. U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, F. Bring that back over, and we'll put it in correctly. U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, F. And that edge has been placed. Take a look. That one is good. That one is good. That one is good. That one is good. So we are all set, and the fourth layer has now been solved. Now we will solve the fifth layer, starting with placing the gray edges face up. Since this part solves like a normal Megaminx, I will not be going over all of the cases, just the one I have here. So I'm going to take a look, and what I have is the three gray pieces facing up that's shaped like an arrow. So what we're doing is placing the point at 4 o'clock, and the back pieces will be at 8 and 10 o'clock. and be performing this algorithm. F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. As you can see, all of the gray faces are now, the gray pieces are facing up. Next, you'll permute the edges in relation to the gray center. What you're looking for is one of these edges that is correctly permuted in relation to the thin colors that are on the gray center. Now, if you have any one of the regular cases in terms of that are correctly permuted in relation to these centers, then you can perform that case and it'll solve like a regular Megaminx. Now, in this case, we don't have any that are correctly permuted. So what we're going to do is we're going to make one. So we're going to hold the puzzle. You can pick a side, doesn't matter which. We're just going to take this one here, and we're going to perform this algorithm. R, U, R prime, U, R, U prime 2, R prime. And let's take a look, see what we have. And we may have to perform it twice. I'm just double checking. And looks like, yes, we'll be permuting it again. R, U, R prime, U, R, U prime 2, R prime. And let's take another look around. And we have the light blue is now permuted correctly in relation to the gray center. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this piece and we're going to bring it over and match it up with the light blue center here. And once we do that, we're going to keep this at 6 o'clock and we're going to perform this algorithm. R, U2, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And let's see what we have here. And we have, you can have one of two cases when you do this. You can have either the case where you have two correctly permuted edges away from each other, or two that are next to each other. So in this case, we have the ones that are not next to each other. So we're going to rotate the puzzle. So we have one of them at 6 o'clock and one of them at 1 o'clock. And we will be performing this algorithm. R, U2, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And we'll take a quick look. And as you can see, all of the edges are correctly permuted in relation to the centers below, as well as the gray center here. Now we'll permute the corners. The rest of the solve is going to be exactly the same as a normal Megaminx. As before, I will not be going over all of the cases, just the one I have here. And let's just take a look, and this corner is correctly permuted and that corner is correctly permuted. So we have the two corners that are not together. So what we're going to do is rotate the puzzle. So we have one at 6 o'clock and one at 1 o'clock, and we're going to be performing this algorithm. R, L prime, U, R, U prime, L, U, R prime, U prime, R prime. And let's take a look. That's fine. That is correct, that is correct, that is correct, and that is correct. And all of the corners are now correctly permuted. And finally, we are going to be rotating the corners and completing the solve. R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D. Rotate the face, do the next corner, R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D. Rotate the face, do the next corner, R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D. Rotate the face, last corner, R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D. Rotate this, and the Super Megaminx is now solved. And there you have it, a tutorial on how to solve the Super Megaminx. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Until next time, have a great day.